Hey, okay, looks like we're live. Let's get everything pulled up. Right, share my screen. Okay, okay. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm Jamal Flown. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, man. I'm so excited to be a part of this movement, and I'm excited to have y'all on here with me. Cause what I understand, y'all, is a very simple fact that a lot of people need what we have. Right? A lot of people need what we have, and guess what? We're gonna be the providers of that. My name is Coach Falono. I need to change my name on here, right? Because for some reason, let me see. Make sure we're showing the right thing. Yeah, there we go. All right. My name is Coach Flono. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and this thing really changed my life. And a lot of people, say that kind of stuff kind of facetiously, right? Or they use that term too loosely, but nah, this really changed my life. My whole life changed when I decided to say yes to this opportunity. I was at a job that I didn't like, they didn't appreciate me, right? I was working all these long hours and no one, cared about, what happened to me at the end of the day. And I got tired of being just a number. I don't know if you ever been in that kind of position, but guess what? You know, I decided a long time ago that no longer be for me. I got involved with this movement. I was coachable. I took it serious, and I did the activities that is required of me. Right. So somebody say required. Right. I did activities required of me because at one point in time I was like, man, I'm doing my best, and my mentor was like, I didn't actually do your best. Actually do what's required, and that kind of changed my mind. Right. They're trying to change my mindset. So with that being said, y'all, this name of this whole movement is No Vase, the credit and money company. And what we understand is there's so many problems in America, right? I know a lot of times people say things like, life be life. Around here we say God be guiding, right? But look, let's be real, y'all. This is a lot of people's reality. Millions of people are struggling financially. One in three consumers have a credit score below 669. In the black and brown communities, about 45 points less. 50% of businesses fail within their first 5 years due mainly to the lack of access to capital. And this is a big one to me. 51% of Americans don't have $1,000 saved up for an emergency. That's kind of scary because it's scary to go outside, because it costs $100 to go outside. So a lot of people are looking for a solution. They stay up at night praying for a solution. But guess what we got for them, y'all? We got a solution. It's called Nove, right? And Nove is the credit and money company. Matter of fact, we're a fintech company that provides greater access to credit, capital, and entrepreneurship for underserved communities nationwide. And it's built on four pillars. It's credit building, it's access to capital, it's debt help, it's entrepreneurship. We got a whole lot of credibility, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. We got a whole lot of credibility, but none more than our CEO. This is Mr. Rico McDaniel McCambry. We're talking about somebody who grew up in the projects in a single parent household and still managed to become a millionaire by the age of 25. We're talking about a best-selling author. We're talking about somebody who graduated one of the top NBA programs in the country. We're talking about somebody who, is a father, is a husband. He's been married for 18 years. It says a lot about a man's character, right? Writes for Forbes.com as the industry expert. Selects the who's who in America business and finance. You know, and less than $5,000 for the last 4 years in a row. And the little birdie told me it's gonna be 25. I say all that and also let y'all understand, man, we had a whole lot of credibility. Because if you've ever been invited to one of these things, one of the things that I've noticed is, those things don't have a lot of credibility. With us, we've been featured on Black Enterprise Magazine or Yahoo Finance or Capital One Business or Inc.com or Forbes.com, right? And so on and so forth. I'm saying all that to say you're safe and protected when you decide to rock with us. So during this brief time I have, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all just enough information to make an informed decision on your own. If that's fair, drop a one in the chat, all right? Because I know some of y'all live on Facebook and some of y'all live on YouTube, right? So let's talk about it, right? we got a couple solutions, right? When it comes to helping people with their credit. We got our fast solution, we have our convenience solution. We call it fast solution because it uses AI technology. You can get started today, analyze your credit profile today, print your letters out today, even mail them out today. And we call it fast. People tend to get fast results. Most people see 5, 10, 15 deletions on their first round. Me, I saw 25 deletions on my first round, which was insane because I ain't know I had 25 things to delete. You hear me? Right? But then, some people say, look, Jamal, I know the AI does all the work, but I don't have time to go to the post office. Well, we say, cool. That's where we have our convenience solution, right? Right? All you do is take a picture ID, a picture of a piece of mail, let the experts do all the work. And it comes with a 3 month money back guarantee. I know it says 6 on the screen, but it's a 3 month money back guarantee that says if you don't get any results, you get your money back. And they'll even sue the credit bureaus on your behalf if they make a mistake. How many people love to get an extra $500 to $2,500 because the credit bureaus messed up? Say me, right? Yeah, but then don't stop there, y'all. We got the Nove Business Credit and Finance Suite for these business owners out here, because a lot of business owners don't understand the fact that you have a whole nother credit profile for your business. What I love about it, it keeps your personal credit separate from your business credit. Allows you to structure your business in a way to maximize funding. You have your own business credit advisors that holds your hand every single step of the way. And it comes with a $50,000 funding guarantee, right? $50,000 funding guarantee. It says you get a minimum of $50,000 or you get your money back. You know, and most people see 100,000, $200,000, but we guarantee you at least a minimum of 50 or you get your money back. And I love the fact I gave y'all two money back guarantees, and we ain't made past the first solution. Drop some fire emojis for that, y'all. All right. All three come with credit monitoring, online budgeting tools, and then theft protection, and $1 million fraud insurance. Let's talk about solution number two. Is debt help, right? A lot of people are struggling with debt. This is what we call debt resolution. This is like a bankruptcy alternative. Not to be confused with debt consolidation. Debt resolution gonna help you get rid of the debt. Debt consolidation is gonna just get everything to one payment, but you don't necessarily pay less, right? Debt resolution will help you get rid of your debts, right? Because a lot of people are, staying up at night trying to figure out what they're gonna do with their debts. So if you got a minimum of $10,000 in unsecured debt, imagine making one phone call and be able to, cut your payments up to 50% immediately, right? Or cut your debt up to 50% immediately. That way you can get back to reestablishing your credit a lot faster. Or on the business debt help side, if you got a minimum of $15,000 in debt, imagine being able to reduce your payments up to 90% immediately. Reduce the amount you owe down to 2% immediately. That way you can get back focused on business. People are finally able to have that peace of mind and sleep better at night because now they're on the path to being debt free. And all you gotta do is refer them to the website and you get paid. It's so beautiful, dog. I mean, y'all, it's a win-win, right? All right, let's talk about solution number three: access to capital. You get a chance to be a walking, talking lending tree, right? You get a chance to be a walking, talking lending tree. Now, if anyone asks you to borrow money, guess what? You can help them get a loan, right? You can just send out your personal loan link. You have to chase them down to get your money back. As a matter of fact, you'll still get paid regardless, even if you do have to chase, even if they don't pay it back, you still got paid, right? Let's say someone gets denied because they have low credit. Guess what? You help them with their credit, help get a loan. Guess what? And you get paid two times. Somebody say two times in the comment section, right? Or let's say their debt to income's too high. You help them, with their debt to income, with our debt help program, help them get a loan. Now you get paid what? Two times, right? We have an option. We have a no credit check, no interest, no fee, pay their cash advance. Because let's be real, man, some people just need a couple dollars to make it to the end of the week. Some people, are working double shifts. They don't have any money for lunch. Now you get a chance to be a blessing and be blessed at the same time. With that, you get up to $150 per day, up to $750 per pay period. And that way you can get back to, helping people that really need it, right? Business funding goes up to $100 million in business funding, up to 150 in, real estate funding. If you know any business owner that need to offer financing, now they can offer financing and you make passive income every single time. Somebody type passive income in the comment section, right? Access to grants, tax credits through our award-winning grant search engine, y'all. It's pretty cool. And my favorite one is entrepreneurship, right? My favorite one is entrepreneurship. You get a chance to really help, help people get out of, what some would call hell sometimes, right? Some people are stressed and they don't have any option. Now you got a chance to be a solution for them. So now you're able to help them set up their LLCs, and help them get business coaching, right? You're able to maximize your taxes. Some people make a lot of money and they're they're looking for a way to lower their taxable income, all right? Or some people, don't have as much money and are looking to, get a bigger tax refund. And what I love about that is, y'all, is you get paid for doing either one of those, and guess what? You're not even the person that's fixing that's helping them with their taxes. All you doing is booking on the website, and you're gonna get blessed financially, right? You don't have to be some kind of tax expert to get blessed financially. And the fact that we got access to wills and trust, life insurance, you don't even need any certifications or any kind of licenses to help people offer, those particular items. It's pretty powerful, y'all. You get a chance to join as an affiliate and be a brand ambassador for this and really help your community, right? And some people, this is part what some people say, this sounds too good to be true. Well, you know what I say when they say that, y'all? I said, look, you can Google us, right? I'm like, you can Google us. We got real people, real results. We got close to perfect review scores, all these different platforms, thousands on Facebook, A plus rating on the Better Business Bureau. Look at some of these testimonies, y'all. We got, you know, families that were going to foreclosure able to get to save their home because of this opportunity. You got, lifetime business owners able to, offer more services for their clients, right? You got people that were lifetime renters that became homeowners after about 6 months of being with the program. You got six-figure international real estate agents. They also make six figures doing this. You got most people who did this for a few months and they'll work a job again the rest of their life. Because check this out, y'all. It's a new era in entrepreneurship. Companies like Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy pay millions per year in commissions. Instead of earning a few cents to a few dollars, no, they'll pay you a few hundred to a few $1,000s per sale. Somebody say a few thousand. Somebody drop a few thousand in the comment section, right? Pay a few $1,000s per sale just when helping people with these services. Because guess what? We know people that need these services, y'all. Well, I tell people all the time, all you doing is referring people to a website. That's all you're doing. We do this long presentation, but really all you're doing is referring people to a website. You refer people to websites all the time. You refer people to Fashion Nova all the time, to Shein all the time, to your favorite hairstyles all the time, to your favorite esthetician all the time, to your favorite shoe plug all the time, to your favorite church all the time, to your favorite book all the time. Why not refer them to something like this where you can continue to be a blessing to them? And look, you ain't got to quit your job to do this. You don't need any special skills. You don't need degrees. You don't need licenses. You don't need a P10. You ain't got to read that 9,000 page tax code. You ain't got to underwrite loans. You don't have to mail in letter, lick any stamps, keep any correspondence. You ain't got to set any businesses up or help them set up escrow account. You ain't got to do any of that, y'all. All you do is firm to a website. Like literally, y'all, all you do is, see if someone's interested, show them some information, and get them on the phone with somebody else. If you can do that, you can get paid. And I know you can do that. If you can do that, say I can do that. Right? Right. I love the fact that you can set your own hours, work from anywhere in the world, get paid 10 plus different ways. The best way I can say it is you start off as an affiliate, but you end up a consultant. It's that simple, y'all. You start as an affiliate, but you end up a consultant, y'all. Right? But let's start talking about the money real quick, and I'm gonna get up out of here because I know y'all ready to go. Some people got things to do on this Wednesday, right? So let's talk about every time you hit someone with credit, you make $100 every time. $100, $100, $100, $100, $100, $100, right? What I want you to understand is if you make $15 an hour, it takes you 10 hours to make $100. The third of your check is gonna be gone due to taxes. But so check this out. You can make $100 in a 10-minute phone call as opposed to 10 hours at a job. Right? Once you get five customers, not only did you make $500, but guess what? You also got a free business. Right? W is in the chat for the free business, right? So many other ways to get paid, y'all. I'm not gonna go into all the details. You can actually go to novapays.com. Novapays.com. Oh, look, we can hop on the phone after this and get your questions answered after that, right? We can hop on the phone after this, get your questions answered about how you get paid. My favorite way of getting paid, y'all, is nation building. My favorite way of getting paid is leveraged income, right? It's group economics. That's my favorite way of getting paid. Imagine making up to $600 every time someone joins your team, up to $500 everybody joins their team. right? And this is where, people start talking about it's the pyramid thing, right? I'm so scared. But look, in real estate, check this out. In real estate, it's like this, right? You have a brokerage house, you have real estate brokers, you have real estate agents. The brokerage house gets paid off everything all the real estate brokers do and everything all the real estate agents do, right? Then you got a real estate broker who get paid off all the real estate agents under them. They ain't got to help them with marketing, they don't have to help them with contracts, they don't help them with, negotiating, and no one calls that a scam. Ain't that interesting, y'all? But check this number out, man. I was talking to someone earlier today, man. It was like, man, look, if I bring in 80 people, what kind of money would I make? If I bring in 80 people this month, how much money would I make? I'm gonna show you real quick. I said, look, I don't know about 80, but I can tell you about 80, 81, right? You know, like if you do it just like this, y'all help three people, help three affiliates get three and get two customers, and that duplicates every week, y'all. This is what it can look like in a couple of months. Now, me, look, my goal is to hit the top, right? I'm hit the very top of this thing. I want you to understand that, like, I'm going to the top, and anybody that wants to run with me is, I'm gonna take you to the top with me, y'all. But I want you to start dreaming bigger. It's very simple to dream big, y'all. It's very simple to dream big. No one stop you from dreaming big. So I want you to start dreaming big right now. Let me know where you're gonna be at in the chat, y'all, and I'm gonna give you a game plan to get there. Now, trust me, I got a game plan to get you there. I'm sure some people how to get started fast once they get off here. I'm showing the fast way to get started once they get off here, y'all. So look, and then I love the fact that we also have, luxury car bonuses. Novia pay for up to three, we'll pay for three cars, right? Novia pay for your mortgage. If you want to have nice cars and nice homes, why not have Novia pay for it? If people say, look, I don't know what I'm doing, that's okay. Guess what? We got a whole learning platform, better learn at your own pace. Short scripts and short and simple scripts show you how to become a true professional. But look, the party's about to begin. Get a chance to train, network and train with 6 and 7 figure earners. We got, yacht parties like the one coming up in September. Drop some boats in the chat if you're gonna be on the yacht party, right? You're able to learn as you earn, y'all. So look, there's only two ways to get started. The first way is look, the affiliate basics only $199 to get started and $49 per month. You get the members discounts, cashback travel and shopping. You get your own website. You get ongoing financial education. You get no pay learn. You get live training, marketing tools, and business credit training. Make up $3,000 per customer. But guess what? You only get paid off your efforts, and there's no way to build any kind of residual. So I tell people, look, you might as well go pro. Somebody say go pro in the chat, right? Say go pro, right? Because this is my thought process. If you need to improve your credit anyway, why not get paid during the process? Like, that's my thought process. If you need to improve your credit anyway, why not get paid during the process? Right? You know, up to $3,000 per customer, up to $600 per teammate, plus everything included in the basic. You get paid team overrides, you get rank based monthly residual, you get luxury car and mortgage bonuses. Right? Once you have 5 customers and 5 teammates, guess what? Free membership. Right? Once you get 5 customers and 5 teammates, you already got a free membership. It's all 100% tax deductible. Right? I know some of y'all love that sound. Right? All 100% tax deductible. It's on the proceeds go to our nonprofit. So after hearing this, on three types of people. First person says, "Look, I'm ready to get started." Right? You had me when I see you in the background like this. Right? For those people who say, "Welcome to the family," I walk you through the sign up process and and get you started, or get back to the person who invited you. And guess what? We'll help you get started. And I love that, right? Or you might be number two. Number two says, "Look, I'm interested. I just got a couple of questions. Look, we don't mind answering your question. We ain't got nothing to hide, right? It's gonna be the most transparent business you ever seen. We ain't got nothing to hide. So give every person who invited you out. We're gonna help you get your questions answered. We're gonna help you win, right? Oh, number three. Number three says, look, I make too much money already. I drive my boat and park it in a bigger boat. I take my helicopter to my private jet. You know, I got 9,000 properties all over the United States. If I make any more money, I'm gonna have a migraine, right? For those people who say, look, thank you for coming out. What you can do is, maybe open up a free high yield savings account to help the person that invited you out. Or, just tell somebody about the business and we can help you get started. Right. And just text person back. They let them know if you're a one, two, or three. But I'm gonna say welcome to Nove. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Man, this whole thing changed my life, and I really mean that. I know it's gonna do the same for you. So with that being said, look, make sure you do something today that your future you will be proud of. I'm gonna say again, make sure you do something today that your future you will be proud of.